In the early 20th century, under American administration, the Philippines saw a transformation not just in governance, but in its currency system. Among the most elusive treasures from that period lies the legendary 1/2 centavo coin, minted between 1903 and 1908. This coin might seem small, even insignificant to the untrained eye, but it represents a massive era of transition, power, and lost colonial wealth. The 1/2 centavo coin was introduced to help streamline the local economy, bringing American-style coinage to the Filipino people. Struck in bronze, it features the bold image of an indigenous Filipino man seated beside an anvil, holding a hammer, symbolizing labor, dignity, and progress. Behind him rises the majestic Mount Mayon volcano. A design so powerful that it's still studied in numismatic circles today. The obverse of this coin carries the inscription, United States of America, encircling an American eagle perched on a shield. This was no accident. It was propaganda, imperial, calculated, and embedded in every transaction. The 1903 version was the first strike. It was fresh from the Philadelphia Mint, with only a limited number minted, far fewer than higher denominations. Over time, these 1/2 centavos slipped through the cracks of history. Many were lost. Others melted. Some destroyed in the tides of war and rebellion. In 1904, another batch was minted, but again in small quantities. What makes these coins even more valuable today is their condition. Most surviving pieces are heavily worn. Uncirculated or near-mint specimens are almost non-existent. That's where collectors go wild. By 1905 and 1906, minting was sporadic. The coin was never popular. Locals preferred higher-value coins. Inflation and practicality slowly killed the 1/2 centavo. It became an oddity, even back then. Then came 1907 and 1908, the final years. After that, the coin quietly vanished from circulation. Few even remember it existed. And that's exactly what makes it one of the most sought-after coins in Philippine-American numismatics. Only a handful of complete 1/2 centavo sets from 1903 to 1908 exist in the world today in pristine condition. The rarity isn't just in the metal, but in the untouched detail, the lack of corrosion, and the crispness of its relief. Now, here's where it gets jaw-dropping. Among collectors, a fully certified, museum-grade 1/2 centavo from the early mintage can command astronomical prices. Value, $140 billion plus millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A tiny bronze coin, the size of your thumbnail, can fetch an empire's worth under the right conditions. Especially if it's a proof coin, misstrike, or uncirculated rarity. Collectors across the globe, from Japan to the USA, from Dubai to Switzerland, hunt for these pieces in international auctions. In fact, one anonymous collector is rumored to have spent more than $70 million on a complete early series of these coins. Numismatic societies in the Philippines, including the Central Bank Museum in Manila, have declared this series a national treasure. And still, they don't own a complete gem-quality set. The coin's value keeps rising due to its rarity, historical depth, and intense demand from global collectors. Prices spike every year. And with new discoveries limited to private vaults, there's no telling how high it will go. This coin doesn't just represent currency. It's a window into colonial ambition, a relic of industrial identity, and a symbol of how something small can carry the weight of an entire nation's history. Imagine holding it in your hand, a coin that survived the U.S. occupation, World War II, Philippine independence, and over 120 years of change. It's not just bronze. It's legacy, power, and wealth, locked in metal. Most modern collectors haven't even seen one in real life. Photos are rare. And fake replicas flood the markets. That's why authentication is vital. Always verify with a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC that if you ever come across one, don't sell it blindly. You might be holding $100 billion fortune in your palm. Keep your eyes open at flea markets, vintage collections, old family vaults, or even forgotten storerooms. History often hides in plain sight. This is why collectors love the hunt. It's not just about the coin, it's about the story, the legacy, and the shocking truth behind it. So the next time you hear someone say, "It's just a half centavo," you'll know better. You'll know it might just be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Never underestimate the past. And never ignore the smallest coin. Because sometimes, the tiniest things hold the most explosive value. White heavy checkmark. Want more rare coin revelations? Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to International Coins Vault for the most powerful stories in numismatic history. Speech balloon. Comment below. Would you sell this coin if you had it, or lock it away forever? Push pin. Don't forget to share this with collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. This isn't just knowledge, it's power.